Hey daisies, welcome back. We're meeting after a long time just before the year 2026, a dynamic year that's going to be is starting. Today, as it is December 31st, many people of us think of fake resolutions. We feel stuck in life because we do not know what to do. That is because we aren't trying to discover ourselves, but we are actually trying to try out everything in life to discover what you're good at, which is actually blocking your natural self. The reason that I started this YouTube channel is to know deeper about myself. Though it has always been a dream of mine to start a channel, to gain views, to gain subscribers, to gain a few people who like me, I was pushed into a phase where I started disliking my own self because I looked for the love of others and forgot that I have to love myself first. Every one of us is stuck in that one phase of life that we feel like is going to eat up our heads, our minds, and our whole body at a time. We keep feeling, isn't there any way that we can come out of it? Obviously, there is. In this video, we're going to be seeing the ultimate phases of life from you being born till you turning into an adult and the psychological expressions that you go through and you feel in that age, which is going to be totally appropriate and it's just fiddling with your mind. It's all in your head, nothing's wrong with you. Let's start. Let me tell you guys. None of us remember those lovely moments when we were discovered in Earth or when we were welcomed to Earth by our parents. But I'm certain that we can remember a few flashback memories from our childhood that were really precious. When you're born, you're an innocent child. You are just another new creature to this earth. You have the curiosity of discovering everything in this world. You don't actually care about anything that's happening around you or how people look at you. You just don't even know the meaning of feelings, emotions, thoughts, expressions. What a life it was. A child's mindset is only to be next to people it feels safe next to. That is how the relationship of parent and child is made. No child starts feeling, okay, she is my mother, he is my father, they're gonna treat me well. No. When a child feels safe, when the actions of a person make a child, a newborn, or a kid feel safe next to, that is when the kid's brain decides and the mind decides to tell the kid that that person is treating them well, they feel good next to that person. So it develops a trust of feeling safe next to that particular person that the child has met in the first phase of their life. At that time, all the baby knows is being treated well, so let's be with them. But as you start developing into a kid, that is, let's say when you're around 6 or 8 or something, around that age, you slowly start exploring the other emotions that are present. That is a part of you. That is called as the child phase. And here is where most of the conflicts start arising because we often forget that there are other emotions and try to fiddle with the one another that we know about till our life. But shouldn't we accept that there is a mix of emotions in every single person? Because we, as a child, the child has only, the baby or the child has only seen the good side of the parents or anyone the baby felt comfortable next to. And now, as a kid, the baby is starting to experience the other emotions by itself as well as from the other person. When this happens, it creates a confusion in the baby's mind. I trusted this person until now, but I can see them changing. But actually, the truth is, no one is changing. It's a part of discovering others' emotions, which the child will not be able to understand at all. When the child feels, are they not going to treat me well anymore? The trust slowly starts coming down. And that's when the parents start noticing something that is wrong with the child. Slowly, as the child doesn't feel safe because they're not able to make or discriminate between reality and fantasy world yet, they're only stuck to good emotions. They start to leave, or they just start to throw away the trust that they had in that person. That ultimately leads to throwing away that person's trust and starting to hide things from that person. Obviously, to start hiding, the child or the kid slowly starts developing something called as lying. Whenever the child starts hiding something from the person that the child used to love, it has to lie for it. When they're lying, there's a question arose from the parent side. And those questions start triggering the arrogance and all the tiredness and everything that's mixed up into the child. And when the child starts showing up his or her arrogance, that will trigger up the parent's mind. Because the child doesn't feel safe next to that person because they are fiddled up, they're just messed up in the mind level, and they want to hide things because the trust is broken. And for hiding, they start lying. And for lying, the parents start questioning them. And for question, the arrogance comes out. It can be in the form of arguments, it can be in the form of using foul words, etc., etc., etc. And if this is happening to you, it's not just you who's going through this. It's a phase in every kid's life that has to be accepted. Let me say, if you get hurt, you just won't brush off the dirt in your clothes, in your pants, and you'll just start moving on. No, you have to take some time for yourself to heal. You know what? Getting up at 6 a.m., just brushing your teeth, and doing those so called 25-step routines of influencers or of YouTube is not self care. Taking time to heal your body and your mind, taking time to heal, to accept things that's happening in your life is real self care, and it is real moving on. Not just brushing off dirt, okay, that has happened in my life, let me just move on. No, take some time to reflect, take some time to understand what happened, and take some time to realize and heal yourself, because this is real self care. And in this teenage phase, let's say, some or the other thing starts fiddling up and some or the other things start coming together. That is, there are solutions starting. So when you feel okay that even I am showing a mixed of emotions to others, so why can't the other person do the same thing to me? So this is not about trust, this is just about a mixture of emotions between people of earth. When you understand this mindset, it means that you have attained something called as the growth mindset of every child. When this comes to your mind, you start looking for solutions to solve the problem because you understand that you have done a mistake and want to get rid of it. And when you start thinking of solutions, as you're doing it alone, it feels like it has the problem at home has resolved. But as there are problems at home, there are many things that can get mixed up at school. Let's say the same thing in school. But it's not about trust. Because your friends are someone you just want to talk ordinary things about and have a good time whenever you're at school. But they are not actually the trustworthy persons of your life. When you start talking to your friends, it starts feeling good. But when they start showing a mixture of emotions and you do the same in return, or you start first and they do the same in return, it doesn't start feeling good. And when the miscommunication and the misconception starts happening between both of you or the group of friends that you so called are in, that bond will start breaking off. And when this bond starts breaking, what ultimately happens is that you will start developing a hatred for that person. Because when you know you're not liking a person, you just won't, move on by saying, I don't like you. The first word that comes out of our mouth is, I hate you. Because we start developing a hatred for that person, which is not going to help in any way. So, as for now, the problems at school are still unresolved, right? But when you feel like, okay, I have that mindset, so let me not push everyone away. What you have to do is have a limit with everyone. And when this feels like, okay, everything at school is set, everything at home is set. I'm sorry, everything at home is set. You feel like it's all done. But wait for 2 or 1 week, in fact, or merely 1 or 2 days, you'll start developing a fear of all of the problems coming back because your life hasn't haven't started. But you still feel like I have just found a temporary solution which is the truth, and you start developing a fear of all of it coming back because you haven't discovered something called as the real solution. And searching for the solution doesn't come from growth mindset at all. You have to discuss with your parents, with your friends, with the adults, with counselors, with your teachers, and any person you trust. Of course, if you're going to trust a 2 year old, it won't help. You have to trust a person who's elder than you, who has experience in life. I know even you can tell that you're living a so called life, but experience matters. The skill matters, right? So when you start developing this fear, you are just stuck. That's where you can't move on at all. You get stuck. So you feel like, what if someone starts teasing me? What if someone comes to me and they start fighting with me again? Or what if I get arrogant and I start fighting again? Is the ultimate fear of every single child in the teenager phase. And this is termed as depression phase. Depression or anxiety isn't a normal word to use, but it isn't something like a huge disease without any cure. No. So, according to psychology, this phase shouldn't be thrown away because this isn't some paper that you're gonna crush and throw in the dustbin and next day you take over the trash. No. It's something that you should give yourself time to heal. You should understand. You know what? Spending a whole day doing anything you like. I don't, just be like you don't care about anything that's happening around you. Don't try to search for solutions. Don't try to mess up your mind by thinking, oh, what have I done wrong? Should I realize? Should I understand? No. Just do whatever you like for 24 hours. Just one day. Whatever you like from the time you get up to the time you go back to bed. Eat what you like, do what you like. If you don't want to study on that day, it's fine. One day, it's always fine. If you want to sit in front of the screen for a long time, fine. You're not going to develop cornea disease or something for that. Sit in front of the TV, watch, but make sure after that one day your mind is going to be totally cleared. Or you feel like sleeping for the whole day, no problem. Grab your cozy bed sheets and start sleeping. It's always not a problem. But after that, you must remember that you have took time to understand and realize, and most of all, took time to heal. From the next year onwards, start doing simple chores or any simple work in the house because you have spent one whole day taking care of yourself that the other things around you, the other people around you are totally messed up as in the physical and mental state because you haven't contributed towards the house in any way in that 24 hours, right? So when you start doing a mere amount of work, it starts helping. It starts helping not only you, not only the people around you, but starts helping the mindset of everyone around you because they feel like everyone is contributing towards something in the house, and that is called as a complete family. Family isn't just, a nuclear or joint family with just humans living in it, two adults, one child, two childs, two adults. No, that is not how it works, right? When you take time to understand each other's emotions, when you fight for your own problems that you have, and then at last when you go apologize, you realize, and when you sit in a circle or you discuss about what has happened, is called a real family who has love and care for each other. Isn't family a beautiful word just like flowers is a beautiful sight to see? Family isn't just, uh, you know, words made up of letters or alphabets. No, it's the most beautiful word that you can ever hear. After that is what you have to put second. First, you have to put yourself, and then second, you have to put your family because you are in a family. You can't just give up on your family, right? Even if you're a small child, it doesn't mean you have to take all the burden of your family, but you can at least not make any trouble and you can contribute towards the simple things. Just sit, resolve problems that you can, stand up for what's right. It's fine. No one's asking you to go fight, right? No one's asking you to hit anyone. Just go and participate in whatever you can. This is not a competition of seeing who can fight more. This is a competition of seeing who can actually resolve problems. Because every family has a problem. There are like people in a family, okay? Suppose when the parents fight, it doesn't mean that you go in the middle and you poke your nose, but you can still take time to talk to the parents separately. And if you have done a mistake, you can go apologize. If everyone in the family has contributed towards some problem that has occurred in the family's phase, so you have to sit, discuss about it, and not just throw things away and start moving on, right? Even if the parents, because when after this phase, when you start moving down as adults, all your work pressure and being put into a family, first of all your childhood was also a family, and when you were independent, and now again you're in a family with kids, with your life partner, of course it's so irritating, right? And when you will have to go through all of this with your child again, like it feels like seeing a second version of you, but being in a worsened state, because you know what you have gone through, and you see a kid who is in a worsened state of yours. It's not going to help in any way, right? You don't have to really think about all those adult faces. Okay, I'm gonna become a I'm gonna become a like I'm gonna become this, I'm gonna become a doctor, a lawyer, a diver. No, you have to not think, okay, I'm going to earn this much, I'm gonna build a huge house. What's my wish? Okay, I want to buy a Lamborghini car. No, you have to first start building up your base. You can't start building up a fountain and then you don't know anything about the base. There's no ground floor at all. That's how you're stuck in life. You start taking pressure about things that's not even coming. It's like a century away, bro. But still you start discussing about whatever is, you stop discussing about whatever's happening right now. You have to heal yourself, you have to understand. The reason for making this video is not to just speak out something. It's to first of all understand this is not something you're going through. This is not like you're the most unluckiest person on earth. No, it is a phase that everyone has to go through, because that is what makes everyone's own self normal. You go through it, you talk to someone, you understand it. First of all, this video is all about understanding that everyone's life is like this. It's just a part of your life, and start thinking of permanent solutions to it. At least, if a solution that you've made is helping for one day, make a solution that can help for 1.5 or 2 days. And then you'll slowly start building solutions and solutions that will help your whole lifetime, right? I can't do a science experiment starting to evaporate water today, and then the next day I want to become Einstein to find a new formula. No, that's not how things work, right? You will have to start building up your base slowly and slowly until you achieve that one thing that helps to solve all the problems of your own self, and can help to solve at least the problems of someone around you, a few people around you. That is called as real self care and caring about others around you. Understand that, right? So this is actually what you will have to understand. You will have to not brood about, like putting your hands upon your head, crying every day. Oh my god, that's it. I'm the unluckiest person. I don't know what to do. Having suicidal thoughts. No, you don't have any right to take your own life, do you? It's like when you take the life of others, and it's called murder. When you take the life of your own, that's a more worsened case, isn't it? Learn to manage things. Don't run away from problems. Don't be stuck in the problem. Take time to heal yourself. And when you attain that period when you don't have any confusion, when you have you have confusion, but you have put an end to that confusion through a solution that you have found, that is called real maturity. Not dressing up like an adult, not dressing up like an 18-year-old, or driving out cars without license is not that's not maturity. And talking to others and calling yourself an elegant girl or an elegant boy doesn't help. That is not maturity. Maturity is being yourself. It is not trying to, it's not like seeing an influencer on YouTube and then copying them. Be yourself, because it's you that makes you you, isn't it? The greatest quote of all time. It's you that makes you you. With this, I'm gonna be signing off for today. And any more doubts in the comment section. Okay? Hope this video helped in some way. And Happy New Year! Bye bye!